Hey everyone, this is use case 4, develop a sustainable big data strategy document with clear cause and effect relationships by Team 3, Mark, Freddie, Nathan, Sophie, and myself. So for exercise 1 and 2, the cause and effect relationship, this is a relationship in which one event, the cause, makes another happen, the effect. One cause can have several factors, and as we saw in the link that was provided, there are so many different kinds of cause and effect relationships. The 5 why technique explains getting down to the root cause by asking 5 times why. So when a problem occurs, you drill down to its root cause by asking that why 5 times. And then when a countermeasure becomes apparent, you follow it through to prevent the issue from reoccurring. So figuring out why, figuring out the root cause, and then figuring out how to fix it. Exercise 3, we made a fishbone diagram. So our problem was that Coca-Cola is producing too much greenhouse gas emissions, and the reasons, or the main contributors were coolers, energy usage, collection rate, and then distance of suppliers. So the reasons for coolers is using hydrofluorocarbon. That is one thing that really produces a lot of greenhouse gas emissions. There are inefficient cooling systems put in place already, but the costs are too high to switch to cheaper cooling systems. So as a result, greenhouse gases are emitted in substantial quantities. Energy usage. So there are a lack of renewable energy sources, especially near the manufacturing plants of Coca-Cola. They can be inefficient and very costly to switch to the renewable sources. Another cause is distance of suppliers. So with higher distances of suppliers, the transportation is higher than ideal, therefore contributing to more greenhouse gas emissions than potentially necessary. And then cost reduction and availability, it would be a lot of money to switch to, or either to switch to closer suppliers or to increase the number of suppliers to make transportation quicker, therefore reducing greenhouse gas emissions. And also it's not as available. They're just in certain spots of the country. And then collection rate is our final one. So with Mark and Freddie's global perspective, there are collection sites in Germany that either pays customers for recycling their bottles, and we think here there's a lack of opportunity or incentive, and also the consumer behavior either doesn't matter or they're just less aware. So exercise 4, we have predictive and prescriptive. And so our 2 predictive are the collection rate, the dependent variable being the greenhouse gas emissions, and the independent variables being product sales, the amount of that consumers recycle bottles, and the reusage rate of bottles. Manufacturing energy usage in the next 9 to 12 months. The dependent would be greenhouse gas emissions, and the independent variables would be current sustainability practices, production rate, and weather conditions. And then prescriptive, we have an increase in education and infrastructure for collection, the dependent variable being greenhouse gas emissions, and the independent being level of education, advertisements, collection rate, and incentives. And then the 4th and the 2nd prescriptive technique would be partnering with suppliers that have the same sustainability goals as Coca-Cola. The dependent variable being greenhouse gas emissions, and the independent variable being management at Coca-Cola, supplier readings, and then the societal perspective. So for exercise 5, the analytical models that we chose previously, we would like to choose still. So predictive, we would use the association rule and logistic regression, and then for prescriptive, we would use ensemble models as ways to determine the analytics for our company. And that is all. Thank you.